A discrepancy causes many problems to advertisers and publishers. Seeing different data in the reports for a single campaign make them lose trust in each other. However, in most cases, ad discrepancy is more of a technical issue than fraud. What causes a discrepancy and how can you minimize it? That's exactly what I'm going to talk about. This is Lina, CMO at EPOM, and in this video I'll walk you through 5 most common causes of advertising data discrepancy. But first, let's recall the formula to calculate discrepancy for impressions, clicks, or any other advertising metrics. So subtract your number from the other party's number, divide the difference by the other party's number, and multiply it by 100 to get the ad discrepancy percentage. Generally, getting anything under 10% is acceptable, but if you have a higher percentage, then you and your partners should fix the discrepancies. In most cases, you have to deal with the one of the 5 most common issues, but let's look at them more thoroughly. The first issue is in using different measuring methods. Publishers and advertisers use different tools for running ad campaigns. Those tools can have similar metrics but measure them very differently. For instance, let's take a look at what may count as an ad impression. Some tools count served impression. The count adds up when the ad server pitches an ad to a website. Other tools count viewable impressions. They are counted only after the website catches the ad and it shows up on the user screen. The user might bounce from the page before seeing the ad if it loads slowly. The user might scroll past an ad placement before the ad content shows up, and the user might never see the entire page because it loads in a background tab. And given that, a mismatch between impressions and different tools is not very surprising. The second issue here is an ad blocker. Ad blockers are popular for a reason. They help people opt out of ads they don't want to see, but advertisers also benefit by reducing wasted impressions by showing fewer ads to annoyed people. It looks like a win-win, but there is a problem. Ad blockers are supposed to block ad requests from sending. Yet, sometimes they don't recognize the ad tag on a page, so they don't block it. The ad tag loads as usual and requests an ad from the ad server. And only when the ad sent from the server is about to load on the page, the ad blocker recognizes and blocks it. In cases like this, the blocked ad could still count towards your total impressions if your tool uses the impression served method. If this happens often, it can skew your campaign stats. Your total impressions would be higher and your CTR would be lower than it should be. And the third issue is invalid traffic. It can be anything from competitors clicking on your website, and it can be even publishers inflating metrics or bot traffic. Data management in many advertising platforms, it has a room for improvement. So your software and your partner's software may measure stats very differently. Identifiable bots such as Google crawler, not simulating human behavior, and duplicate clicks. Pixel stuffing, cookie stuffing, incentivized clicks, concealed ads, and bot mimicking humans. Invalid traffic can take many forms. It can be general invalid traffic that includes harmless web crawlers or duplicate clicks. Or it can be sophisticated invalid traffic generated by various metric inflating techniques and very deceptive bots. Advertising software can filter out varying amounts of traffic, but it depends on the tool's ability to detect different types of invalid traffic and influences all metrics. Issue number 4 is time difference. Not every company uses UTC or Coordinated Universal Time in their software settings. Therefore, advertisers and publishers working in different time zones may attribute views, clicks, and conversions to different reporting periods. At the time gap between time zones on Earth can make up to 26 hours, the discrepancy caused by it can be very noticeable. Furthermore, each tool updates data at its own pace. So some tools have real-time analytics while others can take up to 24 hours to update. So even if you're in one time zone, your tools may not be synced up. And the final issue is errors in campaign setup. A lot goes into setting up an ad campaign, so you have to agree with your partners in every detail, from targeting settings through acceptable ad formats to the data to be passed in bid requests. So you can easily make a technical error that will affect the measurement of your campaign results. Errors caused by the human factor. Post-back URLs with missing macros or parameters, ad tags or RTB header wrappers with erratic code, and files that do not meet the requirements for ad creatives. For example, if you use post-back URLs to track conversions, you might mismatch a macro or forget to include an important parameter. Data related to conversions may be lost as a result. So your ad tag or header wrapper code can contain an error. As a result, it won't fire or won't send the correct data with the ad request. You might also use images or videos of the wrong format, dimensions, or file size that will stop ads from being loaded and displayed correctly. Such errors can occur if you don't test code snippets and URLs before implementation. So every time a new campaign starts, strive to spend some time checking if everything works perfect, and only then do launch the campaign. So as you see, there are a lot of factors that can influence your numbers and can possibly worsen the relationship with your partners. So if you don't want to argue over every invoice, you can follow these 3 simple pieces of advice. First, settle metrics with partners. Consider software differences and double-check your ad campaigns. Discuss what metrics you want to measure and how you want to do it with actually every party involved before the launch of your campaign. Consider the differences in settings in your ad and partner software, and double-check creatives, code snippets, and URLs that you will implement on the website and in ads before, not after the campaign launch. You'll figure out some of the issues with ease. Others could challenge you, but at least you know what to look at and nothing will take you by surprise. Thank you for your time and stay tuned for the new videos. Bye!